Don't adjust your screen under the cover of pitch darkness. We're starting this race. And if you're asking why, well, the simple answer is because we can. 70 miles at Dover under the cover of just black night. No lights at the Dover Motor Speedway. Aiden Norman will take the green flag with Noah Belleville by his side. Let's see what's about to happen. If it's anything like practice, it's going to be absolute chaos. But, you know, we're going to have fun. I'm not going to bother trying to tell you who is who. I can't see a damn thing, but this is pretty cool. Already some contact, a couple of cars shuffling around. You can see by the flash of lights, somebody went around. It's Briley Wright and Mark Dila. Caution number 1 is out on the track. And let's see what happened here. Yeah, 5-1 just comes up on the 22, and it looks like, is that last week's winner, Josh Garrison? I think he just barely avoided that one. Check this out. I don't even think they made contact. I'd like to say that we can try and find some daylight between the 51 and the 22, but that's not going to happen. If you've just tuned in, again, there's nothing wrong with your screen. We messed up, and we're starting in pitch darkness. But luckily, because it's the ARC's MX-5 Cup, and we love to be so silly, it's infuriating. With Bama Trama in the house, one of Rick James TV's number ones. Appreciate you. Thank you, Bama Trama, since day one. But yeah, Mama Vols, don't adjust your set. This is exactly what it looks like. It's Mazda MX-5s under the cover of pure darkness. Aiden Norman leads so far, and it's interesting to see. But dawn is breaking over the horizon here. So let's see if we can have a quick chat with Aiden. I'm interested to see what he thinks so far. Aiden Norman, Rick James up top. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
With that ridiculous sound. I'm going to mute these soundboards on Discord because they're not helping anybody.
Hey, what the dog doing?
We're going to mute. I'm just going to, we're going to take a big precaution here. But in any case, so I guess we're starting under the cover of darkness, but it's been 4 laps, and already coming out of turn number 1 is the sun, and I think we might just hit sunset before the race is over.
Yeah, I'm kind of depressed. I was hoping we'd get more night racing in, but we had that caution early, so it's going to take a lot of that away from us.
So it's a 70-lap race. You're leading so far. We saw it in practice. It was honestly just the most hilarious crash going on. But, I mean, as far as competition goes, what's it looking like out there? Or are you guys just trying to survive, really?
Everyone, well, I say everyone. Obviously, we had that wreck. I'm not sure what happened. I was too far up here to see it, but up in the front, everyone was kind of being a little patient on the start there. I don't know how long that'll last. This is Mazda Monday after all, so you might be in for a show on this next screen, or we might keep it steady for a little while. I don't know.
Well, we'll see what happens. We're going to have just under 65 laps to go when we go green. We're going to let you get back to work and focus, man. Try to survive, and hopefully we talk to you at the end of the night.
All right. I appreciate it, Rick.
So Aiden Norman's going to go back to work. We're going to go back to work. As the sun is now breaking out. Over Dover, Perry Davenport on the outside in the Hooters machine. He's going to start just up top over the 3-time Thursday Night Thunder champion. And before you know it, those headlights are going to turn off on these MX-5s. And the track's going to get a lot hotter. And these cars are going to get a lot more slippery. So let's see what happens. Mark Dila catches back up to the pack here. So does Briley Wright. We'll see if they use fast repairs. They get 1. It might be a lot of wrecks, but drivers have to keep that in mind. They get 1 fast repair. Aiden Norman to the inside. Perry Davenport on the outside. Waiting for the green flag to come out. Waiting for the signal and for the calamity to continue. But we're having fun, and we hope you are too. Norman comes out of turn number 4 with the sun rising just behind us. Green flag is out. Four and 5 wide, stretching across that front stretch, and it's madness, isn't it? It's just madness, but it's amazing, and it looks and sounds amazing. Out of turn number 2, Aiden Norman leads the way, Pinnell behind him, and the bump drafting begins. Belleville to the lead in turn number 3, and that 41 just on the outside of the 6-2. They're going to drag race across the front straight. From Wilmington, Delaware, the 1-2 of Ryan Pinnell sits second in line on the inside. Last week's winner, Josh Garrison, running third on the left-hand side in the Interstate Batteries machine. 4-1 of Belleville top side. And they continue to go. Only one caution in it so far. 9 laps underway. Belleville right to the inside. Belleville still leads. Oh, look at who's that on the outside. Is that the 2-1 of Feemster? It is Feemster in that 21, right behind the 6-2 of Aiden Norman. How about the 199 of Garrison? Look at that heavy bump to the 6-2. Davenport in the 6th, top side. 199 of Josh Garrison on the inside. This is what the world looks like from Jeremy Brio's car. There's the heavy bump. There goes Garrison. Not Garrison, Feemster. It's going to be a pain trying to tell these cars apart, but we're going to see what happens. And they're only going to get faster. Noah Belleville on the top side. He's got Norman behind him. Here comes Wilmington's Ryan Pinnell on the inside. And he's just having to cover the bottom. You just can't take your eyes away from it because you just think something's going to happen. But it's chaos, and you love it, and the racing is unbelievable. Look at that, 2x2, 4, 5 rows deep until it gets 3 wide with the 6 of Davenport up the middle. Garrison in the inside. And here's what it looks like from Dila's car. He's just keeping to himself. Brio top side, the 74 Taco Bell machine. Trying to make the third lane work as the lights shut off on the race cars. The 41 of Noah Belleville. 4 wide out of turn number 4. Are they going to survive? Are they going to survive? They don't survive. There goes Norman. The 74 of Brio's involved. 41 of Belleville, and nowhere for the 5-1 of Briley right to go. And now we got to have another look. On board Briley Wright. with a Norman. Same crash, different angle. With Noah Belleville. That puts Wilmington's Ryan Pennell at the front of this race in that 1-2 Mountain Dew machine, and it's been a thriller so far. Let's bother him for a word. Ryan Pennell, Rick James up top. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Well, by happy chance, the hometown driver is leading this race. Can you call it a race? I tell you what, and I'm not gonna say anything worse than that because I'm just poking fun because the 4-wide racing before that was epic. How did you guys survive?
Well, luckily it was behind me, so I was up front, so I didn't have to. I just heard him say we're 4 wide, and then the caution came out. So luckily we were ahead of it. So staying out here just too early, I think, to come in and top off on fuel. So just staying ahead, trying to stay out of the mess, and see if we're there at the end.
How's the bump drafting working out there? Because it looks so dangerous that you don't even want to try it.
Yeah, I haven't really tried it yet. I'll probably coming to 5 or 6 to go. I may try it, but I've had a couple of people hit me. Garrison and Kent both bump drafted me, and I mean, I held on to it, but yeah, it's definitely a little scary.
All right, well, I mean, it's fun for me because I don't have to be involved in it, right? And I know that's selfish, but you look great from up here, man. Shout out to all the folks back home. Hopefully, we get to talk to you at the end, man. Good luck.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So Mr. Pennell is going to go back to work. We're going to let the pace truck do his thing, and we're going to do ours, fans. And it's only going to get faster. You don't want to miss this. From the safety of the booth, we're going to watch these guys go again and again. Ryan Pennell has control as these little go-karts get ready to race again. Green flag is out at Dover. The MX-5 Cup rides again. Pennell leads. Matt Kent sits behind him. Toby Estes rolls in third with Jeremy Brio just pushing him along. Oh, they're getting 3 and 4 wide again. It's really exciting. You don't want them to wreck, but I mean, really, they're doing their best out there. They're doing a great job. What is it? I think just 2 cautions so far in 20 laps of racing. Drivers expected to go 35 laps. There goes Feemster. And he spins. He gets collected again. Hold it together, Kevin. Hold it together, Kevin. Caution comes out. And a glove save by Kevin Feemster. How about that for keeping the race car in one solid piece? Let's have a look and see what happened with Kevin. That was awesome, though. I think we just went 3 wide in the corner here. Somebody got collected. For 4 cylinders, these things make a lot of noise and a lot of drama. 21 just gets to the inside of the 199. Elridge George comes up on the 2-1. There it is. The 2-1 just gets collected by the 40, but roll this one back. Was there contact? Maybe a little bit of net code because it looks like the 2-1 just snaps there. And slow it down. It's not going to show us anything, I don't think. Oh, you see the 2-1 just snap loose on no contact. Check that out. That's net code, baby. Let's go on board with Feemster because that was pretty cool. Check it out again. That's pretty special stuff. Let's see how Elridge George fared. The Red Bull car down low. Not as fortunate. So Ryan Pennell still at the front of this one. Greensburg, Kentucky's Toby Estes in the 1-9. Busch car sits behind him. Let's talk to Toby and see how his race is going here. Toby Estes, Rick James up top. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. What's up, buddy?
Well, really just trying to figure out how the race is going. It looks terrifying from up here. Ryan Pennell says that there's not really a lot of bump drafting going around. What do you think?
Yeah, you can bump on the straights, but if you ever get a run and accidentally touch somebody in the corner, it's game over.
Do you plan on bump drafting your way to the finish here? I mean, it looks dangerous, but it also looks like a lot of fun, too. Do you have any friends out there when it comes to bump drafting?
No, not really, because, yeah, it's just so hard to do. I tried hanging out in the back of the pack, and now I'm going to try my luck up towards the front, so we'll just kind of see what happens here.
What'd you think of that Super Bowl last night, man?
It was good. I'm sure the Swifties loved it, so that's a plus for her fan group. I was rooting for the 49ers, but it is what it is.
Yeah, no, it was a great game, man. So the lights are off on the pace truck. We're going to have what? I can't do math. 55 laps to go when we take green. You got Brio behind you. And you're the only Bluegrass Bandit in this race, too, so you got to carry the flag for the Bluegrass Bandits, man. So pull the belts tight. Hopefully we talk to you at the end of the show.
Yeah, I hope so.
All right, buddy. Toby Estes going back to work. If you just tuned in, it's been an eventful evening, but it's been a lot of fun, too. We started under the cover of pitch darkness, where the first crash, I think, involved Mark Dela and Briley Wright. Then it was Noah Belleville. And as we go to green, most recently, Elrich George involved with the 2-1 of Kevin Feemster. We're racing again at Dover. Ryan Pennell in the 1-2 leads. .12:31 inside line. Noah Belleville sits behind the both of them. Three-time TNT champion Aiden Norman now coming up behind the number 6 of Perry Davenport. 3 and 4 right down the front stretch. They're not going to last, but it's a lot of fun to watch. Brio now behind last week's winner Garrison in the 199. The 1-2 leads the way. Matt Kent behind him. They cross the line. And now we race on lap number 27. The 199 of Garrison still leads that middle line. And Toby Estes trying to flirt with a top line. But now he tucks back in line with the 74 of Jeremy Brio. Davenport in the 6 Hooters machine. He wants a piece of the action too. On board with the 6. On board with the 6 of Perry Davenport up behind that 19. The Bush machine trying to make that top line work, and it's so close. Davenport ditches the 19, and out of turn number 4, the middle line grows longer. Top side again. Davenport, adventurous, all over the racetrack. Davenport in the number 6, now sitting third on the top side. Noah Belleville and Aiden Norman now hanging out towards the back. Riley Wright out. And it doesn't look like a very wide surface from where these guys are racing. It's not as wide as it looks once you get back down onto the racetrack, as Josh Garrison takes the lead ahead of Ryan Pennell. The 3-1 of Matt Kent will now force his way up the inside. He's going to try and give a tag to the 199 into the corner, but he lays off and thinks better of it. .12 car being shoved to the top side. Jeremy Brio in that 7-4. Winner last season at Twin Ring Motegi, Josh Garrison. Is he being left to dry on the inside? He's going to create room for himself into the corner. The 199 and the 12 pinching the 31 in the middle. Matt Kent trying to get some side draft. Can you get side draft off these things? Somebody who knows these cars, tell me if you can get side draft off these things. I have no idea. 31 of Kent on the top side, and the 199 wants to get to his inside. They're going to drag race to see who's going to lead this lap. And the numbers say Garrison by a bumper. Look at that, 3 wide into turn number 1. The number 40 of Elrich George says, I want to lead a lap. Number 6 not trying to tag the wall there. There goes the 199. 31's involved. 40 got a piece of it, and George didn't lead for long. The number 6 of Perry Davenport comes away with the lead. Toby Estes in second. Ryan Pennell, who was leading on the last 2 restarts, now involved in that one. Everybody, except I think 2 cars, caught a piece of this. George goes up the middle. He has a great run from Nassau in the Bahamas. Elrich George, just an innocent bystander. I mean, everybody was caught up in this one. With Matthew Kent. Oh, way too hard of a push from the number 6, Perry Davenport. The chain behind everything. Watch again. And watch the shunt that Davenport gives to Matt Kent. Right there. There's the bump that nails it. Have another look. That's the catalyst right there, and Davenport skates away with the lead after a hard hit. On board again with Kent. With Josh Garrison. On board with Perry Davenport. Jeremy Brio comes out of the pits after using what I think was a fast repair. Perry Davenport being scored in the lead. Toby Estes in second. And last week's winner, Josh Garrison, sitting in third. 35 laps will be completed. Garrison rocking the third spot. Noah Belleville is going to come out of the pits. We're going to grab a zesty drink and maybe something to eat. And you should too. We're going to have more fun. It's going to be more racing from Dover. These little go-karts are insane. They're awesome. We'll be back in 60 seconds with more. Perry Davenport in the 6 will have control of the field when we go back to green. Noah Belleville comes into tonight's race leading the points. And I don't know what kind of prize we have for the champion. We haven't made it up yet, but it'll be something trivial and meaningless. Because it's like, whose line? What is it? The rules are made up and the points don't matter? Or, the games are made up and the points don't matter. I have no idea. But in any case, we're about to go green with Noah Belleville leading the points. Perry Davenport leading the field. Toby Estes with a bumper full of Kevin Feemster as the green flag comes out, and these little Hornets are at it again. Belleville comes into tonight's race leading those points, and there's more contact and another crash. There goes George, Kent, Davenport's involved. Dila, the 41 of Belleville, the points leader, just avoids that one as Aiden Norman comes to a grinding halt behind the number 40 of Elridge George, and Norman will skate away unharmed. 31 laps to go, and the caution comes out for, I believe, the 4th time tonight. Let's see what went on this time. Starts with Toby Estes up top. He makes some sort of contact with Elrich George. I'm sorry, not with George here. Just let's see what happened to Toby. Possibly the bump draft from Kevin Feemster as well. Feemster and Brio walk away unscathed. See what happened? The same kind of deal as Perry Davenport, albeit definitely not as hard. Have a look at the Kent incident. There's the hit from Davenport that gets Kent into Garrison. And then let's have a look at the hit that got Toby Estes. Yeah, a bit softer, but enough to upset the 19 car, getting ready to turn into the corner. Mark Dila just slams into the 19. Let's go on board with the 22. So last week's winner, the pride of Bloomingburg, Ohio, Josh Garrison, now sits at the top of the running order with Wilmington's Ryan Pinnell in the second position. Let's bother Garrison while we're at it. Josh Garrison, Rick James up top. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy. So you won last week. It's past the halfway mark. You're leading this race again, and it kind of almost seems like the trick to winning this race is just survival, because a couple of bump drafts have set off 6-7 car crashes here, man. So the bump drafting really looks treacherous.
Yeah, it's really painful to watch and do, because that's just the slightest bump will send you either left or right in a heartbeat. And I'm just trying to stay up front and hopefully nobody gives me a bad bump.
Well, we're coming up to the final 25 laps. As far as fast repairs go, have you used one yet?
Yeah, I had to in that last big crash, unfortunately.
Brio behind you in the 74. It looks like he's had to use a fast repair as well. Kevin Feemster, definitely. He got caught up in that 2-1. Toby Estes. So a lot of guys probably running on their last legs. Are you guys thinking that you're going to take it a little bit easy and try to survive to the end? Or what's the plan here?
Well, I'm hoping we all play it smart and try to survive. We can't take any chances of racing super hard. If not, we'll throw ourselves out of the race. So yeah, hopefully we'll take it easy.
All right. Well, it's a great show up here. The 4-wide racing, which this is hilarious to say, but the 4-wide racing just after dawn in this race was unbelievable. And by the looks of it, we might just race from pitch black, 4 in the morning, to sunset, because we absolutely can. It looks great from up here, man. Have a good time. Hopefully we talk to you soon.
All right, thanks.
He's going to go back to work. So are we. If you've just tuned in, well, we're past the halfway mark now, but there's still plenty of exciting, super amazing racing to go. Drivers have been involved in a few crashes tonight, but this is, like Garrison said, if everybody plays it smart, this is where the exciting racing starts to come in. And not that there wasn't amazing 4-wide racing going on before, and when I tell you 4-wide, I mean 4 wide through turn number 2. These guys were holding it beautifully. But with, 27 laps to go. Josh Garrison will take the green again, and this is going to be awesome to watch. The RX MX5 Cup goes green again. Round number 4 from Dover is on. Two and 3 wide already. Josh Garrison trying to defend his lead from the 7-4. Jeremy Brio now sits just on the outside of Toby Estes. And it'll be 25 to go. Next time by Davenport. He set off that big crash, remember, with the heavy bump draft to Matt Kent. And Matt Kent now comes up behind the 6. Does Kent have revenge on the mind? 31 Avengers Machine tucks up behind the Hooters car. Now into turn number 3, Ryan Pinnell gets way out of the way, and he says that's enough for me. He's going to stick to the back and survive. Aiden Norman in the 6-2 now comes up behind him. Josh Garrison still wants to lead. 25 miles remain. '74 now on the outside. Toby Estes in the 19. Is he going to make a move? Josh Garrison in the 199. And there's more contact. There goes Davenport. He won't hold it. Feemster's gone. Pinnell's gone. Norman just survives. Nowhere for the 40 to go. And a caution coming to 24 laps left. Elridge George hitting the brakes way too late. Right on board the 40 one more time. Gently letting off the throttle, trying to fly through the crash, and he gets involved. See if we can get a wider angle look. Just flying in at an outrageous speed. Let's see what happened with Belleville. And ironically, the 6 of Davenport, who was involved in this one, Davenport just loses control into turn number 3. And he ends up coming to a halt unharmed. Feemster involved big time. Looks like the 6 car just moves up, nails the 2-1, nowhere for him to go. I just think the 6 got scared, lost control, and there goes the 3-1. And it's a shame. It's right on board the 6 once more. lot of good cars sitting down in the pits now. Not sure where Davenport lost control of the car there, but let's see if we can get one more look here. Yeah, 6 just makes the move there, but 3-1 also just tries to go up the inside, doesn't make it easy for the 6. It's hard to tell. Have a look at Matt Kent making his move also. Just with a head full of steam, comes up into the 6 and kind of forces the issue. Let's see if we can have another look at Matt Kent. Well, this is the lap prior. Yeah, the 6 just leaves the hole open, and the 3-1 just kind of scares him out of line there. It's really tough to call, but in any case, we're going to have 20 laps to go, and we've got, what, 8 cars left running on the racetrack right now? It's a bit of a shame here, but let's see if we can finish this up in one piece, and we invite to the booth the hometown flavor, Ryan Pinnell from Wilmington, Delaware. And Ryan, as we're about to take the green flag, tell us what happened out there, man. You almost made it.
Oh man, yeah, I almost made it through. I just don't know what the 6 car was doing. I mean, he run up and hit me, and then the very next corner got Feimster, and we almost made it through, but not quite. So we're sitting on pit road now, and we get to just watch this action.
19 laps to go next time by. Garrison going for 2 wins in a row. Jeremy Brio winning at Motegi last season, admittedly by just dumping Aiden Norman in turn number 3, but what are we going to do? Take away the win? Garrison has a bumper full of Toby Estes. Kent sitting in 3rd. Now, who's Brio going to draft with?
No one right now, it looks like. I think the 6 car finally got the message. He's putting some nasty things in chat, but hey, it is what it is. It was his fault. You can earn it or own it, but yeah, I think Joshua Garrison looks pretty good right now, but Kent's been fast too. He's been in like 6 wrecks and still out there somehow. That's
impressive, isn't it? Because Kent really, he got shunted hard by the 6 car down the back straight, and that set off one of them big ones. And Garrison on the 199, he's now holding off the 19 on Estes on his outside, who's found a drafting partner in Brio. 18 laps to go, and they're 4 wide for 2nd place.
Oh, this is not going to end well. 4 wide, 6 car up there. And who's the car? Aiden Norman. Keep an eye out for him. He knows what he's doing.
Always.
He's expecting all of these people to wreck, and I don't blame him.
Exactly correct. If I'm Aiden Norman, I see 3 cars, maybe 4 wrecking, and it genuinely could be 3. Imagine only 3 cars running at the end of this race. We started in pitch black at 4 in the morning. I have no idea what the sim time is now, but I genuinely think we might finish with the sun just starting to set behind turn 4.
Yeah, it's 10:45 right now sim time. So
then we're good.
6 hours almost, but
that's unbelievable. I tell you what, really. Garrison almost losing it there in turn number 3. Josh, just hang back, just wait for this to unfold. Kent to the lead, Ryan.
We remember, I mean, the first race we did in Mazda Mondays, Patrick Allen Jr. got that win by doing exactly what Aiden's doing, so I think it's a good strategy.
31 to the inside of the 19. Brio trying to find an avenue. Toby playing defense. 3 wide for 3rd with Garrison up the inside line. And as silly as this race has been, as they're now what it looks like 3, man, look at Aiden Norman to the inside. This is nuts. Maybe we should have just done heat races of 6 cars apiece, because this is great. But there was one point right when, I think just after dawn, that we were going 4 wide in turns 1 and 2 for a couple of laps. That racing was intense.
Yeah, it was. It was intense being out there, too, until some people just ran out of a little bit of talent. But so far, they're doing good with at least 5 or 6 cars out there. So Toby in the lead and Kent pushing them on the bottom.
What a bump by Matt Kent, but controlled. Not enough to spin the 19. And it's almost like the rules of Daytona and Talladega apply. Only bump draft on the straights.
For sure. Yeah, and you still have to be careful with it, but Kent's done a really good job of just pushing on the straightaways.
Norman in the 6-2 trying to fight. He's getting a little brave now. 13 laps to go. And you said keep an eye on him, but it's almost, and please forgive me for using this term. I can't think of another term, but it's almost Earnhardt-like. The way that he just sits and waits for the right time. He's getting closer and closer, and he knows when to make his move. And that's just, you can't teach that. I suppose you can, but it's, look at this, 4 wide for second place.
Oh, 4 wide.
There it is. Aiden Norman catches a piece of it, but he survives. The 199 goes around. Davenport goes around. We're going to restart inside 10 laps to go. Jeremy Brio will be your race leader when we take the green, and let's find out what happened this time around. No, by that point, the 199 just gets into the 6. Ryan, take us through it.
Yeah, it looked like the 31 and the 199 made just a little bit of contact, and they were 4 wide. That's never good here at Dover. So, and then the 6 car kind of got a part of it, and then look, I think Aiden will be okay. I don't think he hit too hard, so we'll see how much damage he has.
I'm genuinely interested to see where he comes out of this one, and the 3-1 on the inside of the 19 just goes 4 wide, and I'll tell you what, that's the same thing that sparked that last crash as well. If you have a look at that Feemster incident, 3-1 comes up under the 6, and it looks like Davenport just gets spooked there, and Feemster goes for a ride. This time around, the 3-1 gets under the 19 of Toby Estes, and just gives him a little, I wouldn't even say a little scare, but just...
Yeah, just a little touch.
Enough to
Just
send the
enough
one.
to get him loose. Yeah.
Yeah. So what? We're gonna have 4 cars left when we go racing here. It's gonna be inside 10 laps to go. And Massachusetts' Jeremy Brio is leading this race. Jeremy Brio, Ryan, and Rick up top. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I got you guys.
When's the last time you won a race?
Jeez. October, I think?
84 years.
It's been 84 years. This is, and I'll tell you, season 3 of the MX5 Cup has been a season of winners, at least asphalt winners in Garrison's case, where he hasn't won an asphalt race since, the Xbox days. Patrick Allen, who has, I don't think, ever won, has he ever won an ARCS sanctioned race before? Was this the first one?
That was his first, I believe.
It was, yeah, he won 2 dirt races, but they were gimmies. They were Mickey Mouse, so yeah. That was his first real one.
That's his first real ARCS win. Garrison winning for the first time in forever. Ryan, Jeremy Brio could continue this streak of past winners. Refresh. What is this? This is what the MX5 Cup has come to. Jeremy, don't disappoint us. You've got a job to do now. Matt Kent sits behind you. Toby Estes is running in third. I think we're going to have 6. Where's the Norman? He's probably getting the race car repaired. So we're going to have 6 cars when we go back to green out of the 12 that started. And the simple question, JB, is do you have a chance to win it?
I think I have a chance. I think I have a better chance of ending up on that bridge going into turn 3 at least. But I mean, to join an illustrious list of drivers like Patrick Allen Jr. and Dirt, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Hopefully, again, I end up on the bridge instead of victory lane. That's my real goal for this race. But if we can end up in victory lane, I guess that's a close second.
All right.
But hey, we're gonna go for it.
8 laps to go when we take the green. Ryan, any advice for the Massachusetts pilot?
Oh man, just hang on and hold tight. That's all I can tell you.
Is the 6 car still in the race?
Yeah,
yes, Perry Davenport is going to be restarting in the back here.
Ugh.
All right. Well, that says it all as the green from Josh Garrison's 199 gleams off the chrome rims of the 6. Jeremy, best of luck, my friend.
Thanks, guys.
See you, bud.
Well, I tell you what, Ryan, when I put this together, admittedly for the 3rd time, because I can't put an iRacing lobby together, I had no idea it would come to this. However, well, and with Elrich George now joining the party, it's definitely a party now. The only car that is pristine out there is Aiden Norman, and I wouldn't even call it pristine. He just came off pit road. Even the 31 is the next best looking, and he's got scratches. Looks like a Bristol race, man.
Yeah, the 6th and the 199 missing entire front clips, so they're probably going to be struggling. So really, you only got 4 cars out there that probably can be competitive.
8 laps to go when we take the green. Round 4 of the MX5 Cup will come down to more hilarity, I'm sure. And next week, Ryan, we're going to Concord as well, and that's going to be even crazier. But we got 8 more laps to do this. Who do you got?
I got to go with Kent. I think he's going to pull one out of his hat.
7 to go next time by. Brio leads the rush into turn number 1.
Toby's fast too. It's hard to not vote for Toby, so it's going to be a good race, I think. And Josh is actually pretty fast considering he's got that damage.
You got that 3-time champion trying to make the top lane work. I think he smells one more caution coming. Norman giving himself space. Who's that joining at the back here? Is that Mark Dila in the double deuce? It is Mark Dila in the 22 with no front end, as Matt Kent has no friend to draft him into turn number 1. 74 trying to get some sort of side draft. Ryan, I asked earlier, is there even a side draft on these cars?
There is a little bit. You just get really, really loose, so it's really scary. But yeah, you can definitely make it work if you know what you're doing.
31 just trying to come down onto the 74, and now he's going to have to slide back a little bit as the 1-9 gets to the inside of that 3-1 Avengers car. 6 miles remain in round number 4, 2x2, 3 rows deep.
I'm so surprised that Josh Garrison and the 6 car are up there. As bad as their cars look, but obviously not enough to keep them out of the draft, so they're still in this thing.
If they wreck up front, Mark Dila wins this race. That's just the plain and simple of it. It's another Patrick Allen situation. 5 revolutions remain. Brio. No, Kent wins that drag race down to the 1,000th, I think, with 5 to go. But now he's got to do it in 4.5 miles. And, Ryan, you just smell smoke, don't you? And where there's smoke, there's fire.
Oh, yeah. Yep. It's coming. Give him another couple more laps, and I'm actually impressed that Kent's been able to hold his own up there. It's just he has no help. I mean, nobody's up there helping him. Aiden looks like he might want to help him, but kind of thinking twice about it.
Norman's finally crept up there. I think Aiden knows coming to 3 laps to go, if he's not up here by now, he's going to struggle. The 6 of Davenport, he's falling off. The 40 of Elrich George also falling off the pace too. Here comes Norman to the outside.
Yeah, I think he's got probably the fastest car with the least amount of damage right now, so he's definitely going to be there if he doesn't get wrecked out here. I think I smell a wreck coming. I don't know.
We've been watching racing for a very, very long time. And you know, you just know when one's coming. You know, it's like 2 laps to go at Daytona, man. You just know there's one coming.
Oh,
look at those 2 getting close. 2 miles remain. Noah Belleville saying, look at Aiden. Where's Aiden Norman going? Off the bottom side here. Leave it to Aiden Norman to find a launch out of turn number 4 with 2 laps to go that he told nobody about. But
Crazy.
Well, 1.5 laps to go. 31 on the outside of the 74, and boys, this is it. You got what you got. Look at him, Squirrely. You just clench.
Coming to 1 to go, so cautions will be off. So this is gonna get interesting.
And it's your white flag lap presented to you by Hopes and Dreams, hoping that we get to the end of this, and we're dreaming if we think that everybody's going to make it back to the line. 74 of Jeremy Brio up the inside. Ryan, Kent needs a push.
Yep. Oh, Aiden's going to go to his outside, and he's going to try and go all the way to the top.
74 of Brio. It's been a long time as the 31 puts the wipers on. They're going to drag race to the line. To win round 4 at Dover, it's going to be Matt Kent who crosses the line. 7/100ths of a second ahead of Jeremy Brio. Aiden Norman finishes in 3rd. Toby Estes across the line in 4th. And the Avengers MX-5 wins round number 4 at Dover.
What a finish.
Great finish. Unbelievable finish. We got to take one more look at this white flag lap here. Kent undoubtedly thrilled. He has every reason to burn the house down. What a last lap.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I mean, and this is the silliest league that I think I've ever put on, ever. Starting these races with an 8x time at 4 in the morning, and now, what's the sim time now, Ryan? Like high noon or something
12:20.
like that?
Yeah,
12:30. So an 8-hour race, according to the Sun. Matt Kent can't get a donut here. We're going to give him a chance here to put some smoke in the air.
Yeah. These cars are hard to do a donut
I
in.
think Seth did the same
I'm
thing.
pretty sure that is Matthew Kent's first win in ARC. So I think you have 2 first-time winners in your series this year. So
that's the magic of the MX-5 Cup, baby. 2 first-time winners. Let's go. I want to see what happened between these two because they had some contact coming in here. I want to see who turned where, but in any case, it was an awesome finish. Oh, the 74 just gets up on the 3-1. Brio tries to get one more move on Matt Kent, just tries to prevent him from winning, and it doesn't go far enough. Jeremy Brio unofficially finishes in second, and Matt's still trying. So we're going to let him try and put some smoke in the air. We're going to get these drivers together and wrap this one up. Fans, don't go anywhere. We're going to have Kent, Brio, and Norman in the booth. On the podium with our top 3 after one of the coolest, silliest, most fun races I've ever seen. Start with our bronze medalist, the 3-time TNT champion, Aiden Norman. Ryan and I were talking about you in those last laps, man. That was exciting to watch you just creep up towards the front. You almost made it.
Yeah, I was gonna try something there at the end, but I didn't have enough room or enough time. I waited a little too late, and then it was just it was a brawl to the line, obviously, as it was always gonna be. I mean, look back at the last 69 laps of it. I don't think there was one time where we were actually really kind of cruising around. Everyone was fighting for every inch, and it was an interesting race, that's for sure.
No, there were a lot of nice moves in that race, a lot of nice 4-wide racing as well, but then it all just collapsed and it kind of turned into a beast towards the end, but I'm glad that you had fun, man. Ryan, you've got tonight's silver medalist, Jeremy Brio.
absolutely, Jeremy. Good to talk to you in the booth. My car is on eBay right now for scrap metal, so was able to join Rick. But tell us about the last lap. You and Kent side by side. You almost had it. Almost had it.
Yeah. I feel like I could have door slammed him a little harder before. I mean, that would be the only way I could have got it. But other than that, I mean, it was a momentum race basically. Whoever had the most momentum was going to beat the other car to the line, and he had the most momentum. So, good for him. He doesn't get a lot of wins, so this is a big win for him. And he gets I don't know how much he wins for winning the race, but he gets some sort of money. So add it to the Kent fund or the A Square fund or whatever we're gonna do. But that was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Well, good finish, buddy. And hopefully next week I'll do a little bit better, and maybe I can be in the booth with you as a race finisher, not as a broadcaster.
Yeah, we'll see if Daytona's any nicer to us.
Let's finish
Rick?
up tonight with tonight's winner. in the number 31 Avengers Mazda MX-5 with what may be your first ARCS win in an ARC sanctioned competition, but Matt Kent, the pitcher from good old Texas A&M, with a win tonight in the MX-5s. And did you think you had a chance to win when the white flag flew?
When the white flag flew, yeah, I had been testing, just kind of seeing what the runs were and how far I need to get away from the inside line to keep the side drafts down. And I knew if I could keep their exits, shallow, that I could beat them to midway down the straightaway before their bump drafts caught back up. So that was kind of the plan, and I didn't get any help from behind me. Aiden kept trying to go the high side the couple times he got there. And so I just knew, okay, I'm going to have to keep their corner shallow and then keep my exits with as much speed as possible. And I was able to, keep as much momentum. I knew there's going to be a touch of contact, and I knew that's why I was trying to get away from, the inner lane on exits as the laps wound down.
It ended up working for you. Jeremy Brio even tried to slam you out of the win, but by 6/100ths of a second, you are now an ARCS MX-5 Cup winner, and next week at Concord, you get to go for 2 in a row. We'll see you then.
Thank you very much.
Ryan, I don't think we expected this to go like it did, but it did, and it was beautiful, it was chaotic, it was silly, and it was awesome, and I had a great time, man. Thank you so much for joining me for the end of that one. That was a thriller.
Absolutely, buddy. It was a blast.
Well, fans at home, TNT may return this week here at Thursday. Stay tuned to TNT Twitter. We might be doing some last-minute rescheduling. We may not. We'll find out on Tuesday here. But stay tuned at TN Thunder Series to find out if we'll be racing this Thursday. We're definitely going to be racing next Monday. We're going to Ryan's home track at Concord, and we're going to have an unbelievable race with these tiny little go-karts on a tiny little triangle track. And then we finish up the season in 2 weeks at Michigan. If you thought this was insane, we're going to put them on a 2-mile oval. Why? Because we can, and we're going to have fun with it. And we hope you're going to have fun with us too. Thank you so much. And until that next race, please stay safe. Do take care of each other.